Damn, Justin, you looking tired as hell, boy.
Oh man, I feel tired as hell. What's going on?
Dude, this dude Justin is so busy. It take him 3 days to text us back. You know that
Bro.
dude over here making the big dollars now, big time.
Nah,
Can't text us back.
I'm not making shit yet, but no, honestly, it's been crazy, man. The last few months, I've just been busy as hell. You know, I haven't at this point, honestly, it's just I'm here to 7, 8 o'clock every night, regardless. You know what I mean? And I'm not even doing any podcasts, so it just gets tough. But I mean, obviously, I like doing it, so
Yeah.
we had to make some time for the new year, right? Get back in the studio a little bit. Yeah, we're here, but I feel like we've all been up to some new shit, right? I mean, gee, you've been going around the world lately, from the looks of it, right? You've been the world traveler.
I mean, we out here doing my thing.
And before that too, didn't you go back for the holidays? Where'd you go?
Yeah, I was in Cameroon.
I was
Cameroon for a couple weeks. My dad, I'm not gonna lie, I will be honest. My dad was a little disappointed because the World Cup was going on, and he was waiting for the calls to the big leagues. He was like, "Hey, when do they need the African analysts back on the show? When do they need it?" And I'm just like, "Hold on, everyone's kind of doing their thing. We'll figure it out." And so, and then we were watching the last game, and it was like, "Damn, well, another 4 years, and I'll be back."
No, honestly, the World Cup was kind of sick. You watched the World Cup at all?
Oh yeah, I watched the whole thing, man.
Yeah,
you already know
that was
Lionel
wild.
was gonna take it. You already knew he was gonna take it. I don't know why they keep playing with that boy. Put some respect.
Are you rooting for him?
Always,
yeah.
Yeah, always. That debate
Who?
with Cristiano and Lionel. I've always been a Lionel fan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's always had some great teammates around him, but when it's time to go and it's crunch time, that boy shows up. And that's why I've always been a fan of him. For real though.
Yeah, I mean, I do really like him. I feel like every year, here's the one thing I don't like about him. The one thing I don't like is every year or every 4 years when they lose in the World Cup, doesn't he threaten to retire and leave soccer? He's just it's just the end of the world. And I get it, he's bummed out, but
yeah.
I'd be I can't wait. I'm gonna start training tomorrow. He's I might retire.
But think about it. That's what you're going through right then and there.
No, I know.
You're feeling all those
I
emotions.
know.
Fuck this. I'm done.
I know.
Nah,
I don't hate on him. I don't. I do like him. I've always really
you do realize Buddy is 35 years old and has been playing soccer since he was 5.
Yeah.
So and he's done literally after this World Cup. I think he's gotten every single major award he could possibly get. I'm pretty sure he's gotten
a bag thrown at him too. Did you see that?
What?
Bro, they threw a bag at him. Some Saudi team.
No. That was Ronaldo.
No, that was Ronaldo. But they did
throw a bag at him.
There was a bag that was thrown at him by none other than David Beckham's Florida's team. You know, the Inter Miami. They were offered him $350 million to come play in
Orlando. Is that what it is?
No, it's not David Beckham's team.
I thought he was Orlando. I don't know. Maybe there's a Miami team. I don't know.
Bro,
hold on. I'm gonna look this up. It's Inter Miami.
It was a Saudi team.
Team that threw Messi?
A bag at Messi.
Damn.
I'm trying. Yeah, if you can find something on that, because I'm gonna do my own research too.
Yeah, the Saudis are going off, bro.
What the fuck? They
bought
WWE, bro.
They took over wrestling. They took over golf. Now they're trying to take over international soccer. Trying to get the two highest profile players in the world to go over.
What the fuck?
And easily corruptible. Highest paid and easily corruptible.
Yeah, what the fuck they got going on over there? We should probably look into that.
All right, but think about it.
I've been telling you, you need to get into the Chinese money and we need to get into Saudi Arabian money. That's how we make it big on the podcast. I've been telling you.
Get into oil money in Saudi, bro. You have to be born into that shit already Rockefeller type level. You know what I'm saying?
They make the Rockefellers look poor.
Do you feel what I'm saying?
Oh my god!
Nothing's even comparable to it. So no, we can't focus.
No, but think about it though, right? You got a country that you're building it up to be almost like a vacation spot and like a destination for
in
like
the middle of the
very.
desert.
But think of it though, it's like they cater to like very like wealthy, like luxurious, like international people. So like I don't think it's crazy that they would sit back and say, okay, what do these people want, or what would attract more people to come?
Jay,
High profile
Jay,
athletes.
did you see what happened in the World Cup to that dude that was wearing that shirt?
Oh yeah,
You, you think people are gonna go there for vacation? I mean, I'm trying to be inclusive to everybody as
no,
much as
I
possible. You
get
feel what
it.
I'm
I
saying?
get
Like
it.
that's why I'm like, nah, it's on some other type of time. Like they got something cooking over there, and I'm really curious to see what it is.
I get it.
They again in the major markets, like you said, for sure. They
They
got my attention when, not so much when they got golf. I was like, okay, cool. You know, a lot of people want more independence, play over there. They get money, but they really got my attention when they got WWE, and then they got McMahon to come back and take over this shit.
yeah.
You know
Director of
why they got
personnel. Like what?
The, the money's clearly there.
Like he
but,
just retired,
it's the
but
money.
that's the thing though. That
and he just like there's some major shit going on. That's what I'm saying.
Yo,
We
they
should really pay
you
attention
know
to
they
that
were
shit.
you know they were forcing McMahon to retire. That was just because of all that scandal that's been going on for the last year. Remember we were talking about that in the
Yeah,
other
for
podcast.
sure.
And so Triple H and Stephanie McMahon were trying to kick him to the curb, and they did it. But then before he did out, he did some. I don't know if you've ever seen the show Succession. I don't know if you
Heard
ever seen.
about
Have
it.
you
heard of it.
Heard of
Yeah.
it. Never saw it.
basically end of the last season type shit? I'm not gonna tell the details because Warsaw is one of my favorite shows on HBO. But basically, he was just like, "Nah, motherfucker, you can't get rid of me." Went to the Saudi Arabia, was like, "Hey, buy this, make me the head guy, and I'll sign it off." We got majority. That's it. What happened? Sign it off, and Stephen McMahon is like, "Damn, you beat us. Like, we're out."
Oh, they
Like,
did that in
you
the
know?
show, and that actually went down like that.
I mean, one of the season endings, man. Multiple seasons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whoever they were trying to get rid of or not trying to get rid of, probably, should have said spoiler alert at the beginning of this. But either way, if you watch Succession, you know what I'm talking about, and that's exactly what happened in WWE.
Something major.
Something major. Look, they got the type of money over there though. Like they have like all these rich like oil princes and like just like you said, the type of money that
Right.
like other people in the world can't even comprehend. Those people like do I don't mean those people. You know what I mean? Like they
We
over
know
the,
what you
yeah,
mean, yeah.
over there like they do that type of
What
shit
do you
for
mean
fun.
by those people?
You know what I
Right.
mean? Like they do that type of shit where like they'll just be like, oh, like let's just buy one of the best players in the world and bring them over because they just like the. It might not be like a big plan decision behind it. You know what I mean? They just might like want to do something because they think it's fun or cool. They're like, I got the money. Why not? Why the hell not bring Cristiano Ronaldo open? You know what I
But
mean?
on top of that, right?
Yeah.
What you were just saying about Cristiano Ronaldo, there's a law somewhere wherever he's going to be at that like your significant other can't live with you if you guys aren't married.
Yeah.
He got them boys to switch their own law.
I know.
What?
Yup.
Instead of marrying the girl, he said, "Nah, fuck that. Y'all gotta switch this shit. Unless I'm out my contract." You think
Yeah.
they were gonna let that shit slide? Nah, man, you got it,
I kind of.
bro.
That's
Like they got some serious shit going on over there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We should really look into that shit. I
Money
don't know what it
talks.
is, but it's
Money
real
talks.
serious.
Money
so.
talks, yeah.
Money
They're trying to get
talks.
everybody to go over there. That's like
Yeah.
major.
Well, because I feel like too, a lot of them. I mean, I don't know. I see the thing that contradicts itself is like you would think what they're doing, is like them trying to like kind of modernize and like revolutionize and like get hit with like what else is going on. But then when you see the type of shit that you mentioned at the World Cup, then it's like, oh, well, that's like major steps back. You know what I mean? Like you're taking baby steps forward, then you take a major step back like that. It's like it makes me wonder if there really is like a plan or if they're just straight up like just fuck it. I can buy it. I'm gonna do it. Like I don't know.
But in every group and religion, there's people that are extremists and are gonna take it to the next level. And if that happens to happen, where they get softer on their laws and roll back things like that, other people might turn up, and it could be a bad situation. That's
Right.
what I'm saying. Like, I like the move that they did. I see the vision, but how they did it was way too fast and not modernizing things that really mattered to help said things to also progress
Right.
where they are.
Well, because they said that they think what happened to the guy, the unfortunate situation, they think that it was like the government that did it. Like they're not saying like they don't think it was like a like just like a member of Saudi like society that got angry when he saw her. Like they think it was like a coordinated like hit by the government. So that's like that's the thing that I think takes it to like the next level. It's like it's not just like someone who like acted out of character. It's like that's like something institutional that
But
they're dealing
the
with.
craziest part about it is that's someone who was already big time in name wise, where we are. Like he was a famous reporter
Yeah,
for like ESPN,
yeah.
columnist, just advertising
Now
that.
was he? I don't know his background.
No, he was married, all that stuff. I think it was his brother was gay, so he was wearing the shirt
But
to
this
support him.
that dude was a like ESPN reporter.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
see,
yeah,
I didn't know
yeah.
any of that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought it was
yeah,
just
yeah.
someone who wore the shirt. Like, yeah,
No, it was like a whole
okay,
back story. I had to refresh. It happened so long ago,
wow.
but like that was basically the broad strokes of the whole thing. Like he wore the shirt, people saw mad, whatever went missing, blah blah blah. But they said it happened to be something like he had a heart attack or something like that, and his wife like confirmed it, and other people confirmed it. But I'm deep diving
Wait,
on
so
Reddit all the time.
so they found this
and
guy actually had because everybody said he went missing and was killed,
Yeah, it was a whole thing. Like
but
that's
he
what I'm
didn't.
saying. I
He
need,
turned up and he had a heart
yeah,
attack.
something crazy like that. That's what I'm saying. Some
I
people
mean, it
are
still could have
like,
been foul play, but
you know what I mean?
right.
Like it's on foreign soil, so it's like
Yeah.
anything really could have happened.
Did he have the heart attack
Nobody
while he
knows.
was there or when he got
Yeah,
back?
they're saying it was while
Yeah.
he was there still.
Okay, so then
So
yeah,
you know,
damn,
it's unfortunate as fuck,
Yeah.
but like still, like that's like that's the major thing I think about.
Yeah.
In the whole grand scheme of everything. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like just moving too fast, but I like where they're trying to
Right.
go with it. You know.
Well, 4 years World Cup comes to the U.S. Right? U.S., Canada, Mexico. Am I mistaken on that? Or is that
No, you're right. It's U.S., Canada, Mexico, and then there's a few major cities within all three they go. I think it's Boston, New York, and like another place are going to be for the U.S. I think like Toronto is one of Toronto and like two like another place are Canada, and then I forget. I think is it Cancun or is it Mexico City? Like where's I don't know the other one. It's one of those. It's going to be
They're
crazy.
about to get stupid money in Mexico if it's
about
in
to get
Cancun.
crazy, yeah.
What? But they're gonna have it in Boston. Where they gonna
That'd be
play
dope.
at?
Yeah,
Gillette?
apparently Boston's going to be one of the major cities. Let me. I'll do some research real
Yeah, I was
quick. Go
about to
ahead.
say,
Go ahead.
where
I'll
they
Don't
give
be
you.
playing in Gillette?
am I making this up? For World Cup venues, don't they have to be built specifically for the? Can't you not like repurpose an existing stadium? Don't you have to like build the venues in advance for the World Cup once you've been like granted? Because you get granted the bid like 8, 12 years, something like that in advance. So I think you have to like prove you can do it. You get the bid, and then like you spend like 8 years, 12 years building like infrastructure, like building stadiums, transportation. That's what I thought. I thought it
that's
all
what they
had to
did
be
in
brand new, but
Atlanta.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
That's what they did in Atlanta. For that the Olympics.
Right?
I think that was 96. Yeah, 96 Olympics.
I think so.
They also did that for somewhere in California as well.
Yeah.
So like it definitely has to be put in place, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, where are we gonna put this?
Some Western Massachusetts. I don't. Well, here's the thing: the place that you have the land to do it in Massachusetts, you don't have the capacity to like house people. Like, you definitely don't have enough hotels
nothing
and
out
like
there.
yeah, Ubers. That you don't have that type of enough stuff out there.
That's gonna be a 2-hour Uber.
Yeah.
They're flying into Logan.
Yeah.
Hey,
I actually don't. I actually don't know where you would do
Yo,
it around here.
Imagine that flying into Boston, take a 2-hour Uber to the middle of bumfuck nowhere
Yeah, I don't know what their plan is for this.
to see this
Hey.
massive venue, all these superstars, and then you go back to nothing.
all I'm saying is Patriot Place is about to make a ton of money. Hey, they have it. It's gonna be
It's Patriot
Foxborough.
Place.
It's
Confirmed?
Foxborough.
Man, yeah,
It had to be Foxborough.
it's in Foxborough, man.
I was
Okay,
about to say,
so-
that's the only place it could have been.
So I made that up. Then you don't need to build new facilities.
No, because they have MetLife Stadium, Miami's Hard Rock, Philadelphia Lincoln Financial, Gillette Stadium, the NRG Stadium in Houston, Atlanta, Arlington, Kansas City, LA, San Fran, Seattle. That's for the US. Mexico City, Monterey, what? Mexico City and Canada. So Monterey and Mexico City, and then Canada is Vancouver and Toronto.
I wouldn't
And would
mind
you
going
say
to Toronto.
United States was what again? Boston, New York City.
It's everywhere.
Oh,
But no,
everywhere.
it's all that I was just saying. It was
it's
Atlanta.
Oh, it's
everywhere.
all those
Atlanta,
cities. Okay.
Seattle.
All the city. I think heavy is going to be in the U.S. and then some of the outliers are going to be like Canada and Mexico. But it's going to be heavy U.S.
Interesting. Okay. So do all three teams get an automatic bid? USA, Canada, Mexico.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah,
It sounds fair.
does sound
It's
fair.
Like
fair.
no matter what
You're
happens,
coming to our
like,
country. At least let us
Yeah.
play.
like no matter what happens,
Yeah.
like we're in this. Like
And
we're hosting
they're.
you.
I mean, I think Mexico's always been a good team. Canada's kind of up and coming, so it doesn't.
USA somewhat
Yeah.
proved himself from what
Yeah.
I've even known.
I
I
mean, yeah,
never
you
seen
know.
or heard of them in the
We
World
got
Cup
that.
before.
We got that one good striker. That's about it. But
Did you hear Qatar? Because they just have an awful team, and like they never would have been able to make a World Cup other than hosting it, and so they offered like I forget who they played. Like I think it was like Costa Rica or something like that. The opening game of the World Cup, and they offered like the Saudi royalty offered like the whole team. I think it was like $7 million a piece to flop and like take a loss.
Really?
Yeah, and they turned it down.
They wanted to go out there and win that shit.
Oh, like Saudi like was trying to they were just like let's just throw money at them and see if we can get a win. It would be the most epic thing ever. And Costa Rica
for country morale, for country morale,
Costa Rica held strong, but I bet they probably got paid because I bet Costa Rica could have beat the shit out of them if they wanted. They beat them 2-0. They probably could have beat them like 10-0. So I bet they were probably like, look, like we're not gonna lose, but like we'll keep it an entertaining game for people. Make it worth their while. Yeah, but yeah,
that's funny as hell.
Yeah, no, crazy shit in this last World Cup. A lot of
So what's kind of crazy because I believe they've done last time they did in the U.S. They the World Cup or whatever they had in New York too.
Yep.
And from what people were talking about, like apparently what people used to do would be renting out their places for like the entire World Cup. And they would go like crazy, like dumb expensive. Like people were paying like 700, 800 bucks a day to stay here to watch the World Cup. And I'm just like, that is so insane. I'm like, if this comes to New York, bro, I might have to rent out my spot because I live on the west side. Like literally west side, the west side highway, right, is right there.
Yeah.
Maybe a 15-minute Lincoln Tunnel's right there to go to Jersey. Probably a 15-minute drive to the stadium. I could rent out my place probably like because of where it is, $900, $1,000 probably.
But you might even be able for the whole unit. You could probably even get more than that. I think.
If
Bro,
you're not even
but
just giving
actually,
up your room, yeah. If
I'm
you're
just
talking
saying,
about the whole entire space,
I bet you could
can
rent
go
that
way
for the
up.
World Cup. You could rent that whole unit out for probably like $1,200, $1,500 a night. I'm not even joking.
I think that's what I might
Plus
do.
fees.
Cause I'm over in here. I don't know how we need to do it or how I can promote it, or do I have to be Airbnb? Do I have to do this? I'll figure it out.
You could
But
put it on
either
anything,
way,
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
either way, I'm definitely gonna figure out if I can do that because that will pay my rent for the year.
Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't you?
Well, at least no, $1,200
I was about to say
a
for the
night
year.
for a couple of weeks. That's probably like a couple months.
Yeah, I'm about to say for the
I
year.
mean,
man.
yeah,
Hey,
do
damn
that.
New York rent. And so apparently, because like I know people were going to Qatar and everything, and people were saying that just staying there was more expensive than the actual ticket
Oh, I believe it.
to go in there, which is crazy.
I mean, you have to imagine some of these cities like New York, Boston, like LA, like stuff like that, like especially where you probably got a lot of like wealthy like international people coming, like they're probably dropping beans to stay at some of these nice hotels. Like, can you imagine like what
Who go
suites,
Bucks?
like you know what I mean, suites and these luxury hotels are going for like a night, like a couple $1,000.
Just thinking about the fucking traffic, man.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be insane. And especially New York. Oh my god, that's gonna be insane. Because
Bro,
they're gonna import their fucking cars. Because they do this shit all the time.
Yeah.
And,
They do it all the time.
No, but I'm not even joking. It'll be the type of thing like for them, like they'll like come here, buy a car on the spot, cash,
and just
drive it
leave
around, and then leave it. Yeah,
Just leave it.
yeah. There's about to be like a ton of old like Mercedes and Audis for sale after,
Yeah,
or
I
even
might
just
be
buy-
at
City
the
boys,
auction
but
myself.
on the come up. City boys with the come up.
I'm
Then.
gonna be at the auction myself to flip that shit too.
It's crazy.
Fuck.
Well, my mom's best friend used to work at Harvard, right? And like they gave her like on campus housing, and she would live there. And I forget what she did. She was something like student affairs, something like that. And she said that some of like the very like wealthy like international students, when they would like leave for like the summer or like graduate, they would just leave everything fully furnished because it literally wasn't even worth it for them to take everything back.
I told you what happened, right? My father used to work at Harvard too, like security.
Yeah.
Oh, my uncle used to do that same thing too.
Bro.
That's crazy.
They all just used to work together. Who knows?
They probably did.
Maybe my Uncle Steve, man. I don't maybe, but
bro, he showed me one time. He was like, "I want you to come to this shit with me," and it was like the graduation. It was like the night before, so I went to work with him. He was working that night.
Yeah,
walking around, people are putting plasma TVs, their new bikes, MacBooks.
Yep.
Bro, I mean, electric scooters when they weren't really popping back then. Just like right there. Some of this shit was like in the box.
Yeah. And your first reaction is probably like, what? This stuff's broke? And they're like, nope.
No, like, we checked it out. I was like, what do you mean? Like, we all thought this shit was like broke or something like that. Like, these kids are like princes and princesses and like heirs, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
man.
But once again, the Rockefeller money, and they're just like, fuck it, we're about to go get another job or just chill on mom and dad's money. Like, I don't need this shit. Crazy, bro.
What was the policy? Did they was it like a hey, first come first serve for like faculty and like
it's
people?
out there and they're like treating it as trash? That's you. So we got MacBooks. Christmas came early. Christmas came early. Got a Schwinn bike. What? I wasn't getting no Schwinn. Things cost hands back then too. That's why I was like, bro, I was balling.
Bring the pickup truck and just load it up. Load it up.
See, he only had the Tahoe at the time, so we did what we could. But now we both got the pickup trucks. Like, damn,
oh my God.
I might have to
swing by there
No,
next time.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. Oh man, yeah, crazy times. Crazy times.
Gordon, Steve, before we get into football, because I think we have to get into football. It's the playoffs.
I love it.
You know, I know we don't have all day because Steve is actually.
I know, going down the street in a second. I gotta see them Archie's boys put on.
Heading to his alma mater.
Yes, sir.
But so before we, I mean, anything else? Let's just jump into it. Football, yeah.
Oh, it's time. I want to talk about my boy Trevor.
We gotta talk about football, but hey, man, we gotta make sure we leave some time for our Celtics, man. We gotta leave some time for the Celtics.
Do you want to touch on the? Let's touch on the Celtics real quick, and then we'll wrap it with some. Football.
I mean, our Celtics are hot right now, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to forget about that last season of Patriots nonsense and coaching shenanigans that he was into.
It's tough.
Tom Brady just lost. I don't know how you could be 8-9 and get home field advantage, but whatever.
NFC South, man. It's the NFC South, man.
Seriously,
that's it. This is legit it.
But how about that boy, Jason Tatum, 4-3? I'm like, could you not be a more consistently exciting player this season? Like, legitimately, he should be in the top 3 conversation for MVP. I think he could not be any more accurate, but he's over here is getting 30, 40, 50 points a game. Without crying, you see him flopping around and just shooting it it's like as if he's trying to be Steph Curry from a 3-point standpoint. It's crazy. I just could not be more impressed by the evolution of Jason Tatum year over year to be the kind of player that he is today, because he's not only just an amazing scorer, he's so aware because their team is so tight-knit. When it's like, oh, I'm messing up right now, JB, handle that. Yo, Al, I know I can trust you with 2 or 3 over there. Grant, for someone that we weren't going to keep this year and we're keeping you, how much you've evolved, here's your own play time. Go do your thing, man. It's incredible how they've all been evolving, but Jason Tatum actually, like, being, like, we call him, but he's really him this season. Like, legit. I can't say enough about that guy.
So, with the record that we have now, and, emphasis on his evolution of the game, which we all are going to be in agreement with. Like, he's definitely been...
I love the guy.
Lights out.
I love him, too.
Is this his make or break year, or are we, like, a year or 2 away from that? Because we came so close last year. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much having the same team with a few additional pieces.
Justin,
the league is pretty much up for grabs right now. There's not really one person that's going to actually take it, because if you look at the game against last year, we fumbled that shit. Quite obviously. If they just applied pressure, kept their foot on their neck, it was going to be over with. So that's why I'm saying, like, yeah, I'm loving all the shit that he's doing now, loving the run that we are on as a team, as a whole. That's beautiful. But at some point, he has to take over, and I mean really take over by winning the championship. And I think this is the time. Remember, this dude's not 19 anymore. That bullshit that we were saying a few years ago for like the past 3 years, oh, he's 19. Like, nah, he's a grown man now. You got to take over this shit. You want to be the number one in the league? There's too many people that always talk about Ja. Too many people that talk about Donovan. People are still talking about LeBron. It's time for you to take this shit over. And yes, once again, I'm gonna say it. I love the run that we're on, but we did that shit last year too, and then we fumbled it in the finals. So that's why I'm saying, for me, it's a make or break year. Not saying I want to trade him or I want him off the team or anything like that, or he's a scrub. But it's like, bro, you have to take over at some point, especially when the league's up for grabs like this. You know?
I mean, I completely agree. I think it's a make or break year. Um, this team, well, first off, I want to say, I think a lot of people saw the Celtics potentially like fracturing or wondering if they were like mentally tough, like if Jason Tatum was that dude, if Jaylen Brown was that dude,
We were talking
if
about
this was
that.
right.
Yeah.
We talked about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was this team. Like how were they going to bounce back this year? And I think they answered the question like pretty well. And they remind me a lot right now of that. I think it was the 2014 Spurs team, the one that came back like a team on a mission
Right.
after losing to the LeBron James Heat the year before. Remember, they were up 3-2. My Ray Allen had that fadeaway three in the corner off the rebound to win Game 6, steal Game 6, and then Miami won Game 7. And the Spurs came back the next year, relentless. I think they had the best record in the league, and they won it all, and they won it all easily. It wasn't even a question. And this Celtics team is kind of reminding me like that. Like they're deep. They have multiple superstars. They're showing that they don't really have like an ego problem. Like I honestly think the Celtics team is like gonna run the table right now. I really do.
Hope so.
I really do.
I really hope so. Who was it?
I mean,
Bogdanovich stepped up the other night too, dropping like what 30.
When you got guys like at that level in the depth chart that are doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was a crazy stat I remember hearing the other day. So that's what I'm saying. Like I love it. I love the run that we're on. But I'm saying, as an individual looking at one person's game, and we're talking about Jason, like you gotta take that, bro.
You gotta take that.
Like straight up, you just gotta take that, bro.
I mean, all I gotta say is right. I'm gonna make this very firm statement right here. I'm gonna stick by this, whether people want to come for me later or not. Go ahead. This might be my favorite Celtics team of all time. I think this right now, from a holistic standpoint, defensively, rebounding, scoring, team cohesivity, and how we're able to work together, might be my favorite team. Everyone's like, "Oh wow, Jason Tatum's looking like Paul Pierce." I'm like, no. Paul Pierce wishes he could look like Jason Tatum today. I don't know. People can disagree with me. I think as a whole, this is the best Celtics team I've seen. And I mean, look at this. Top 15 scorers in the league. Jason Tatum, number 3. We got Jaylen Brown at number 12. You know, 2 of the top 15 scorers in the entire league balling out. Jaylen Brown's averaging, was it 27 points? Jason Tatum's 31 points. We are scoring machines. But things, they don't need to be scoring machines. They don't need to, because we have such depth in the bench. I can go on rants, and I know just like I'm saying this over and over again. I know you guys are both agreed. This is a make or break for Jaylen, for Tatum, Jason. But I wouldn't completely say this is the year. I would say, because this is probably he is right at the peak. He's right there, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'll say this is my favorite Celtics team in June. Holla at me in June. We'll talk then. That's when I'll say if they're my favorite Celtics team or not. Because right now, it's still 08.
It's early.
It's still 08.
You're right. It's before
you can't forget
the trade
about 08
deadline.
because they did that shit, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm still not. I thought you were talking about like the favorite Celtics team of like the Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum era.
No,
Like,
he's saying of
No,
all time.
I'm saying is
that-
this team
Do you hear
cohesively,
what
if
he's
we
saying?
continue to
Yeah, that's why I was like, nah.
no,
Until
all
they
right,
can
you
get
gotta,
over
we
it.
can
you gotta pump
continue
the
to
brakes
play
on
Until
like
they
that.
can
this,
get over it.
if you
Because I
if
let
we
him talk.
continue
I
to
was
play
like,
like
all right,
this
he's saying
the
of all
rest of
time.
the
Okay.
season, this will be the best team. And so this, like, think about it. If we can keep playing like this for the rest of the year, we show up in the playoffs and actually do it right. This will be by far my favorite Celtics team.
I mean,
I
I'm
would
telling
agree
you.
with that, but I'm saying until they can actually get over that mountaintop, they were right there. They were literally seconds
What
away
was the
from sealing everything
Look,
away.
and what
And
was the
then they
one
fucking
difference?
crumbled. What was the difference?
What was the difference? But
Experience.
no, I'm talking about what was the difference between us at that point versus Golden State at that time.
They
They
had
were-
a shooting guard.
and they were a better team.
It was experience. That's where it
That's-
happened. We
yeah.
had them on. We had them on
You
the
have
hook.
the best
We
3-point
had-
shooter of all time. Of
All I'm
course, they're
saying
gonna
is
find a way to come back.
We had them on the hook. We could have won, but what happened? Draymond Brown, Draymond Green, the whole team were getting in our head. They got in our head. They made us sons. They put us down. They made us make mistakes. Why do you think we had some of the most highest turnovers that we've had offensively in the entire year? Just because we were just mentally not ready. We were immature.
And do you see
After
why
that
this
growing
is a make or
experience,
break
I feel
year?
like we're there. We're
You
gonna
see
be
why
there.
this is a make or break year? Because they were already doing the same stuff they were doing last year, this year. They were doing the
No, we doing it better
same
now.
exact thing. Now,
We doing it
if they get there, or if they don't even kind of get close to getting there, it's like, what was all this for? Y'all could have really just ended it last year and put yourself in a
Yeah.
position to be dynasty type shit. You know what I'm saying?
I
like
gotta
they
agree.
really could have.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Even if they do win it all this year, I will still like the 08 team more. That's just me. Okay, I don't know the Paul Pierce lifelong. Look, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are still young.
Right.
They're still young.
Right.
I love them as a duo. I love building. I love Marcus Smart. I love the guys on this team. But like, you can't compare like the NBA legacy and grind and likability of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown to Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. Like you know what I mean? Like I just don't think you can. You had Ray Allen. Like these guys are young studs. They're doing it in a different way. They're young studs, and they're all homegrown, or the majority of them are homegrown. But that 08 team, that was a bunch of savvy vets that were experienced. Everybody knew who those dudes were, and they all came together and something special happened.
They saw they saw the time. They saw the writing on the wall. They were like, this is it.
Yeah. You could argue
could
we
tell.
started the super team era.
We did.
We did. We pretty much
really did.
Did we?
Who
Was it really
else did?
us?
Who else did? A super team. Not a Shaq and Kobe. I'm talking a super team.
And I'm not.
Wait, who did? Who did? Oh, we did do it before LeBron went to Miami.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about dudes who just
And then-
drafted well and hit well. I'm talking about like you assembled like, hey, you
Avengers,
come
assemble type
Yeah.
shit. Like, nah, we're not gonna raise you and walk you through how to do it the right way. All that. Like, no, these people know exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
and it's just your time to actually execute.
We ruined
put it all
basketball.
together.
So you're saying we ruined basketball? Is that
I'm
what
not
you're trying to
saying we
say?
ruined basketball. Shit, we got a championship out of it. So no, if anything,
But Danny Ainge
made
knew
it
what he was
poppin'.
doing. He said,
Right.
"Yeah, we're gonna break the league right here, and we're gonna do something crazy," and it paid off.
That was
We
one of
should've-
the craziest summers ever. I was a kid and I still remember it,
Ever.
bro.
I remember
It said breaking news.
the buzz
Kevin
around
Garnett.
this city after we got Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen that night.
I was in Georgia at the time and I was
Yeah.
going stupid. I was like, oh my God, like
Oh.
it's over with. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then we came back, you know, it was wild. Because
Yeah.
it was happened to be summer of 07,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I was in
exactly.
Georgia. I came back summer of 07.
Yeah.
Like September.
And what do you know?
Yeah.
It didn't take us a season or two to gel or to find.
It was
instant.
then and there.
It was
As soon as
instant
they all
magic,
linked up,
yeah.
they said, we are grown men. We know
Yeah.
exactly what we're doing. We're winning the championship this year.
Yeah.
And they did that shit,
It
man.
was that would always be
They
unbelievable.
did that shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I loved it.
All right. I give it to you. When it comes about like who's more likable, who's a more public face. Yeah, sure. KG with his enthusiasm, Paul Pierce being the truth. All right. Talking about being good, being successful, and stuff like that. I think this current team has way more potential to win a lot more than
Of
they do.
Of course,
course.
yeah, because
That's what I'm saying.
they're
Course.
young, they're
Likability, that's one
homegrown.
thing. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about pure basketball. I'm not talking about, oh man, I love your nickname, or hey man, I
Nobody
love how
talk
you
about
dunk
no
on.
goddamn nickname. We talking about the
I mean,
game.
likability. You
They
give people
came
nicknames
together
that
the
you like.
first year and got it. Did LeBron do that the first year?
Nope, they lost
I
to the
didn't
Mavericks.
fucking
Yeah,
think
LeBron
so.
stinks
He
anyway.
got his ass clapped out the club, bro.
yeah.
Did they sweep him?
No, they
No, I
lost in
don't think they
6. The
did.
Mavs won in 6, 4-2.
Goddamn LeBron.
Yeah. But yes, I don't know. That's just my general take. Nevertheless, I think this Celtics team is unbelievable, and they're exciting. And at least we have hope right now in Boston between the Celtics and the Bruins. If we're gonna, we don't have to go.
Hey, Bruins.
Yeah.
I haven't watched, but I heard, man, them
just-
boys
yeah.
are nice.
We just
They
got to
talking
give the
about
Bruins
smacking
their
them
respect.
around.
Yeah, I
Weren't
mean,
they, what was the score last night?
some-
It was
Was it
something stupid.
6-0?
It was like a lot.
It
To
was a
Yeah,
little.
it was
Lot to
something
little,
stupid.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even watch it, but I hear about it
Yeah.
all the time. So shout out to the
Yeah.
fucking Bruins, man. Keep
Nah, for
going.
sure. If we're gonna give the Celtics their respect, got to give the Bruins their shout out. They're easily the best team in the NHL right now.
Hey, there's
so,
something happening in TD Bank.
something happening.
There's something magical
It's that
happening.
Boston
man,
water.
man. It's that Boston water. Fuck that
Boston
Florida water.
water,
We
yeah.
on that Boston water. That's that dirty.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Did you see something about that we're gonna stay TD Garden for another like 40 years or something like that? There's like a thing that came out.
It was
Like
20.
they extended the name. We're gonna stay TD Garden till like 2060.
You know what? I kind
It's
of
the
like that
Garden.
because I didn't like when it changed. I'm sure
It was Fleet, right?
it was the Fleet Center, and before that was the Boston Garden. And I'm sure
Mhm.
people who knew it as the Boston Garden didn't like when it changed to the Fleet Center.
No.
And then I grew up knowing it as the Fleet Center. And I didn't like
Same.
when they changed it to the TD
Same.
Bank Center. So give like the fans and the people of Boston like some continuity for a while.
They're
Like,
giving
you know,
it now.
yeah,
Yeah, I
let's-
like it. I
let's
like
keep
it.
it. Let's keep it. I'm down to keep it for a while. Let the kids grow up saying it's the
We
same.
old
thing.
as
Yeah.
fuck,
I
bro.
know,
The
right?
Fleet
Yeah,
Center.
the Fleet Center.
God damn.
Yeah.
That should be a
Yeah.
soundbite right there. What the fuck?
The Fleet
Apparently,
Center.
TD
Center.
Bank agreed to be able to utilize the name until 2025 from 2005 until 2025. But earlier this year, they extended another 20 years, so it's 20 until 2045.
Crazy.
So for them, when they
2045.
first got it, it would have been 40-year
Yeah.
deal, pretty much.
Yeah.
But that's dope, though.
Basically.
Good.
Good
I'm,
for them.
Yeah, I'm happy.
I like it. The Garden.
like it,
I'm
yeah.
still
TD
calling it the
Garden, get a
Garden.
nice-
I'm
yeah.
not calling it TD.
The
I'm
real
calling it
Garden.
The Garden.
It
Not
always be the
MSG.
Garden.
It doesn't have to be
MSG,
the
the
Boston
real
Garden.
Garden, right?
It's the Garden.
It's the Garden.
It's not New York. We
Yes.
know what the fuck going on.
100%.
Stop playing with us.
Speaking of New York, I want to throw a hot take out there. I want
Ooh-wee.
to.
Let's talk
Oh,
about
it better
it.
be
Let's
hot.
do it.
This
Let's
better be
talk
hot.
about it. Yeah.
I want to transition to football. I know there's some big football things to talk about. Not only stuff from around the league, the playoffs, all that stuff. I want to talk real quick about Tom Brady. Everybody keeps saying they think they know where Tom Brady's going. There's one or two teams that everyone's talking about in particular, especially the Las Vegas Raiders, right? I'm telling you right now,
It's not happening.
the sleeper team that should go out and get Tom Brady.
Don't say
Tom
it. Don't
Brady
say it.
that Tom Brady
say it.
should want to go play for is
Don't
the
say
New
it.
York Jets. Okay?
Oh, he said it.
The New York
Oh.
Jets. I'm being real. I'm being real. I have to be real. Okay. The New York Jets have a great young coach. They
Oh
have
my
a
God.
great defense. They have a stacked offense. They have a good O line. They have great weapons. They have good
Really good O-line.
running backs. Right.
Oh my
They are in a big market.
I'm
He
talking
still
about
gets to
my
play in
boy
a big
Brees.
market. Brees.
I'm
You
talking
got
about my
you
boy.
got Brees. You got what's his name? The guy.
The other running back?
Yes. What's his name?
Oh, the other. If I'm
Michael Carter, bro.
Michael Carter,
There we
who was
go.
a second
Yeah,
round pick, who was a
that's what I'm
stud
saying,
when
the
Brees
younger
went
dudes.
down.
Yep, the
Okay,
young
you got
dudes.
Yeah,
you
I
got-
drafted him in
Yep.
my league.
you
this
got
year.
Garrett Wilson, you got Corey Davis, you got Denzel Mims, you got Elijah Moore. Okay, you got
Who
like
you got on the DB? Who you got on the DB side?
Saucy Gardner.
Gardner. Okay.
And that would be
Sauce
stupid if he
Malone.
goes there, man.
bro.
He's gonna be a whole bunch. It's gonna be a whole bunch of young kids, like kids that were in their daddy's nutsack when he was first
but
playing
they're
in the
all-
league,
They're
bro.
all peaking. They're
Oh,
all ready.
shit.
They're all ready to win. That was a team that if they
Yeah.
had a quarterback this past year, they probably would have given the
boy
Bills a run for the
It's a
division.
head case.
Oh, Wilson,
Wilson
he's awful.
is a head.
We
case.
all knew he sucked, though. I think, right?
Yeah,
Like, why is the
we all
rest of the
knew he
league
sucked.
just figuring that out? We all knew.
But what was the last BYU quarterback that was good?
I really don't
BYU
know.
player, BYU basketball
No,
player,
player,
any one
not
of them, any of
basketball.
them.
But there's been some on the defensive side, a few DNs. They've been good. But I'm trying to think of like any BYU player that got drafted that high that they really thought he was going to be like worse and shit.
I really don't know any BYU
Do you
player.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
I
know.
really don't understand where they were going with that. Should have known, but he was way too young when he's fucking MILFs and all that shit. And like,
Yeah.
that's his whole campaign for a few weeks. And then
Wait,
he
wait,
goes
hold on.
back
You don't
and
like
says,
Mills?
fuck the team. Oh, they should have done better. Like, where's the accountability? Like, bro,
No
nobody wants to
accountability.
play for you.
No.
If I was
He's gonna be
protecting him on the
relegated
line,
to a
bro, like I'm
potential
not.
backup
I
for a
don't
few
want to
years.
fucking
No.
protect you. What am I doing out here?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
But I
Title of the
nevertheless,
episode. Fuck that guy.
nevertheless, we don't gotta spend
Mm.
we don't gotta talk about Brady and the Jets and everybody the whole time. But I just think that'd be a good landing spot for him. I think they're a quarterback away from competing, and he gets to come to New England and stick it to New England every year and play them twice a
Twice.
year. He gets to, you know what I mean?
Twice.
Stick it to Bill and Robert that they didn't sign him. He's now playing what 4 years past what they thought he would,
Mhm.
and in those 4 years he's 3 for 3 in making the playoffs, and he's got one Super Bowl. So, I think it's 3 division titles. So or 2 division titles in the wild card. But I mean, nevertheless, why wouldn't you go there? I don't know. I think it's a great opportunity. I think it'd be dumb not to do that. My second hot take, real quick, is that I think the only chance for the Eagles, which Gordon, I'll give you your props. You called the Eagles at the beginning of the year. You were one of the first people to say it. It was a great call.
Really good.
The only way the Philadelphia Eagles lose is if it's in the divisional round against the New York Giants. If they get one win under their belts, they are going to steamroll the NFC Championship and they are going to win the Super Bowl. I do not think you can let that team get going. They're too hot. They're too talented. Your best chance to get them is coming off of that bye week with Jalen Hurts having all that time off. Not sure if he's 100% healthy. If they come out and they roll and Jalen Hurts looks good and they win with some swag, it's done.
Justin, I want to say one thing. I'll say one thing real quick. I will say the only way that the Giants end up coming to the Eagles is if their run game is impeccable, which is hard because the defensive line that the Eagles has is so strong and stout that that's really going to be literally going to be a battle of the trenches.
For the Giants,
If the Giants can win the trenches, I think they have a chance to win this. Because everyone talks about Danny Dimes in his last game. Is like you act like you forgot about who he's been because he had one good playoff. Because he had a good playoff game. Like no. He's not that reliable. He's not Jalen Hurts reliable consistently. So unless Saquon Barkley runs for over 120, 130 yards with 2 touchdowns, they're not winning. I'm calling that right now. So go ahead, say what you got to say. But the Eagles defensively, especially on the line, are so sound, and offensively they have such a good rhythm that it's hard not to want them to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean I really don't know because it's just a divisional game, and you know how that goes. It comes down to emotion. Sometimes it comes down to like the last play. Anything is susceptible to happen. We got to remember the Giants are on the underdog position. They love that type of shit. You saw what just happened. You know what I'm saying? Last weekend, Saquon's in another level right now, and I think he's gonna keep on going with it. Timeout. What's up?
Excuse me, bro. They beat the Vikings, and which was one of the most overrated teams, which we have talked about a million times.
I didn't even mention the Vikings. I just said that they were juiced up. They were playing an away game. They're gonna bring that intensity now that they have that option, that opportunity. Not even that option, that opportunity to play the Eagles, to bounce out one of the best teams in the league, the best team in the league. You know what I'm saying? But I think we got to look at the West Coast, honestly. Some shit's happening in San Francisco.
I like San Francisco. I do. I like
San Fran is looking really nice. I'm talking about everybody on offense. I don't even really know about the defensive side, but I just know on the offensive side, everybody's clicking. Everybody's getting their touches, and everybody is gelling. And it's looking really, really good. Brock Purdy looked like he's like 4 or 5 years in the game already just because of this offense that he has around him. And on top of that, the coaching. So some shit really could happen there. That's why I'm not even like really looking that much at the Eagles Giants game. I'm really looking towards the West Coast because that's something serious in the NFC right there.
Yeah, I mean, I love the 49ers. I think you could argue. Here's the thing. You could argue that the 49ers are like maybe the most complete team in football, but like I think the Eagles are right there. I think, but I get what you're saying though. I think the 49ers, they got the star power,
They
right?
do.
They're playing really well. Um, they got a great defense. Like I look, if I'm not saying it's impossible for the Eagles to lose to the 49ers. But don't forget the 49ers got Dallas looked good the other night too. Like, bro, I'm looking so forward.
Dallas.
Da-
Oh
Joe, you're making me make this
Ah,
face right now, Justin.
look,
Stop that
Oh
right now.
did
Don't you
Dallas
God,
ever,
man.
did
don't you
Dallas
ever
not
come on
look
this
good the other
podcast and
night?
compliment the Dallas Cowboys again?
That
Are you
Dallas
kidding
that
me?
Dallas defense looked good. I'm just saying.
Did you? Oh
Oh
my.
my
I'm
God,
just
he was watching.
saying.
He probably, you know what you did?
Tampa
He was
Bay's
watching
defense
ESPN on
was
the
like Swiss cheese, man. Them boys were playing 15 to 20 yards off and just getting dissected. So, of course, they're going to look amazing. But you can't look amazing when your fucking field goal kicker is missing 4 extra points. Not even just
That has to
regular
be a
field
record.
goals. Just not even like field goals, extra points. We're just talking about 1 point right here, bro. And you're taking points off the board now. So how are we supposed to trust you going forward in a do or die
Oh
situation?
yeah, no,
Because this is the
he should be
NFL.
gone.
But you do you see? But think about it. You get
They're
him gone,
keeping
right?
him.
Yeah,
And then you bring in another kicker. Now he's in a high pressure situation.
yeah,
He's been only on the team for what? A week?
yeah,
Not even a few days because how fast she's going now. Misses it. Confidence all gone.
yeah.
Other guys right there should have just stayed with Meyer.
Right.
His confidence is gone if you guys move on past this. If you somehow move on past this. So what then happens? You know what I'm saying? So it's like an ongoing thing, but like just going into it, brother hasn't missed or just missed 2 or 3, I believe, all year. Now you're in the playoffs and this is happening. That's concerning.
4 straight. That was
That's really
crazy.
concerning.
Crazy. Yeah, that was super concerning.
Like I know we're away, but what's up, man?
I mean, the
I
one
mean,
thing.
someone had to choke on the Cowboys. I mean, if Dak Prescott's gonna have a good game, someone had to.
That's what I'm saying. Look, I was encouraged by the fact that Dak Prescott looked good, the Cowboys'
They
offensive
did.
line looked good,
Really,
and the
really.
Cowboys' defense looked good. So that's, I mean,
They
look.
always look good though, so that's why I'm like, that's
So
fine.
I look, I'll still 100%. I'm with you. I'll take the 49ers over the Cowboys next week, but that's not a game where I'm like, oh, this is like unevenly matched. You know what I mean? Like,
No,
I
and
like.
I'm
I
not
think that
saying
has the
that at
potential to be
all.
a good
Yeah.
game. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, I'm not saying that they're just gonna wipe them out like
Right.
they did last time. Excuse me, that San Francisco did last time they
Right.
played. But I'm just saying it's a team to really look
For
out
sure,
for.
for
You
sure.
know what I'm saying? Like that's what I want to say about it. But on the AFC side of things, my boy Sunshine had a shaky start. I put a
Was it
hefty
4
toll on him.
interceptions?
But he had 4 touchdowns. So relax, man.
Oh,
He had a shaky ass
He broke even?
start.
yeah, he did.
He
Four-
broke
four.
even, but he got your boy some money. He got your boy some money. So I before the game happened, put 100 on him. Game's going on. I see that they're down 2. I'm like, man, maybe they could do something. They're home. They're in Duval. I'm believing in them. Them boys are getting thracks. Sante Samuel Jr. Throwback right there.
Yeah.
Sante Samuel Jr. Fuck, we old, bruh. That dude was all right. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, gets like, what, 2 picks on him. Maybe he could have potentially got a third. I don't
Yeah.
know. That point, I leave. I'm going down to Seaport. Tony sees. I'm seeing this miraculous comeback. I'm seeing this guy getting adjusted by his coach. Live time. Doug Peterson, amazing coach. Met the guy, obviously, couple times. He knows exactly what the fuck he's talking about. Knows exactly what's going on in any situation. That's how they got their shit a few years back. But anyway,
Yep.
what he's doing with Trevor right now is amazing. Because if you look at the first half to the second half, you could see exactly where in the game plan that they switch and critique it. Different areas. Not so much as plays, but like down in distance. That's what I mean by areas. And that's how you know that Doug knew what he was doing and that Trevor has a the capacity to be able to
Yeah.
manage and marginalize a situation in the game. Like extending over real quick to get those points when it really mattered. Like that's some smart shit. He saw the linebacker in the B gap right over the right guard. As soon as he put his guy in motion,
Right.
linebacker has to go and vacate that space with him.
Yeah.
Why would I even have to hand it off or just make a quick throw when I could just jump over the right side? He did that. Like, that's smart shit. Like, that's what you need, that tough, that grittiness, you know what I'm saying, to win. And they did that shit. So I'm excited about this team. I'm not saying that they're going to go all the way, but they can cause some problems.
Hey, quick
They
fun
can cause
fact
some
on
problems.
Trevor Lawrence. I don't know if you guys heard this one. Apparently, that man is undefeated
On
since
Saturdays.
college on Saturdays, 37-0. He went 34-2 in college, and the 2 games he lost were in the playoffs, which were on Monday.
Monday or Friday.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those games. He has never lost on a Saturday. So you gamblers, when they playing? They playing Saturday, they playing Sunday.
I think they got the 450 game on Saturday.
Oh boy, you gamblers, you better look at that.
That was another. Hey, I gotta cap to you. That was another reason why I took it too. I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious.
Honestly, I'm glad you said that, Gordon, because for the AFC, my prediction is that everybody, and if you look at the handicap and like the way the books did it in the lines, even Vegas thinks so too. I think everybody thinks that the Chiefs Jaguars game is going to be like the blowout, and the Bengals Bills game is going to be like the gritty, like good game.
That could be a blowout.
I think it's the opposite. I think the Jags Chiefs game is a gritty good game, and I think the Bills blow out the Bengals.
Think about the coaching staff that you're matching up with, and then you also have to think about the tree too. Doug Peterson is off that Andy Reid tree.
Yeah.
You know
yes.
You got to think about that shit too. So there's a whole bunch of factors going in, and that's why I'm like, I'm not saying the Jags are gonna go all the way.
I can see the Jags. I can see the Jags.
Make a little upset right there.
Sneaky Jaguars, very sneaky.
Just saying, man.
He
knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's talking about, and he knows how to manage the situation. Because just listen. You know how you can just listen to someone, and they're just spitting some shit. You could have never met them in your life before, and then you're like, whoa, you're vibing what they're saying. You're like really understanding. That's exactly how it was, and I was like, damn, I just really started understanding football. My senior year of high school. He's been doing this for a very long time, and he's thinking about some shit that I just now started thinking of. So that lets me know that he's able to adapt and modernize how he's going to be able to not only coach, but to get through to certain players in their generation, respectively. And I'm like, man, they might do some things.
I think he's a great coach.
Yeah,
I do. I think Doug Peterson's great.
Yeah.
I think Philly, as good as they're doing now, they were dumb to let him go. I think that was stupid.
He did so much for the Eagles and bringing them around.
Yeah.
And that's why, and literally because, last point, I won't even bother going into detail, but the fact that he was able to go and do this with the Jaguars gave me way more respect for Doug Peterson and how he's a coach and how he can lead a program. And now I think he's a phenomenal coach. And like you said, the Andy Reid tree, I've always gave Andy Reid his respect. And the fact that when he went over to Kansas City, I knew he was going to be successful. So, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. We got to wrap it up in a minute. Real quick, let's go each and just pick the winners of the 4 games this weekend.
Let me see. Let me just pull it up. Just so
Gordon, you want to start? You taking a pick?
No. I want you to start. I want you to start, Jeff.
All right, I'll start real quick. I think the Eagles win. I think the 49ers win. I think the Jaguars win, and I think the Bills win. That's my prediction.
I'm going to go in order. This is a 4:30 on Saturday. I'm going with the Chiefs. I think that they're going to win. I just think so.
That's respectable. Yeah, it's tough to – I'm going out on a limb with them. Yeah.
Eagles, for sure. I'm still sticking with Bengals.
Yeah,
I'm still sticking with the Bengals.
I don't hate it either. I love Joe.
I like, you feel me? I love Joey B. And then to end it all, I got to go with Brock again. I just have to.
Yeah.
I have to because he's in
30.
the best. He's in the best situation that he would probably ever be in his whole entire career.
I could agree with that. Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So like you have to capitalize. Like I said, Jason, capitalize, bro. Foot on next season. Don't let up. But I think Brock got this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
Well, I will say San Fran. I feel like they're gonna win, and just a little thing because I heard on ESPN just because if Tom Brady was gonna go somewhere, San Fran would be a great place for him to go, especially
done
when
that 2 years ago.
I know.
3 years ago, whenever it was, they should have done it then.
Hey, still an opportunity, but I think I want to pick the upset for the Jaguars. I think the Chiefs are just so experienced and they've been having such a good season that it just wouldn't make sense for them to lose unless some crazy shit happened. My Eagles are definitely going to win. I am a little nervous for the Bills game
This is a crazy
just
one.
because this dude Josh Allen looked like a mental who's him a what's it last week. Guy was making a lot of mistakes, getting angry. But he literally tried to fight an offensive lineman. And the offensive lineman's like, bro, I don't feel like getting fined on live TV. So I'm not going to punch you. I'm just going to push you a little bit until his offensive line destroyed him.
That defensive lineman, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
What was it, Christian Watkins? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. And then the offensive line destroyed him. But
they smacked.
I'm going to, just because it's, the AFC is in our division, I'm going to go with the Bills. But I would not be surprised if the Bengals came out on top.
It's a lot.
5.5.
It's a lot.
Am I missing anybody?
Have I missed Dallas.
Who's Dallas playing
49ers.
again? Oh, no. I picked the 49ers. The 49ers are definitely going to beat Dallas.
You got that one?
Okay.
That's at 4. They got them at 4. Well, basically 3.5.
If Tom Brady didn't look like he was about to cry and like his team wasn't all just defeated in general, they probably would have had a better opportunity. They probably would have won that game. Because look, it was 31-18 at the end of the game. You're trying to tell me you're holding back against Tom Brady, that you couldn't score more on him or defensively hold him true? Nah, man. Y'all would have lost that game if they were 100% healthy for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, they were gonna get fucked up. Yeah.
That's what I got.
That's what I got.
All right. We'll catch you. Appreciate you back in 2023 with the trenches. We'll try to be a little bit more regular about our episodes. I know we're busy, but we want to get back after it. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you next week.
Easy, y'all.
Easy, y'all.